What has the IPL even become? Suryavanshi, a 15-year-old, just dominating everyone and everything. The New Zealand Ireland Test gets underway, and our very early prediction for the Australia-Bangladesh series. That and more coming up. Welcome back to the Casual Observer. I'm your host, Daniel. Let's dive into the IPL. Being in Australia, especially in WA, these games don't usually start until 10 p.m. And if you're on the East Coast, beyond midnight. So very hard to actually watch over here. So you get the little snippets, the KO minis in the morning, but it's a very hard series for us to keep watch of. But hey, cricket lovers, we find a way, right? Uh, I have some takeaways from it, but we are in the finals now. So let's walk through some of the things just to catch you up to where we're at if you haven't kept up. The standings. Royal Challengers Bangalore with Kohli, Bethel, Tim David, Romario Shepherd, Josh Hazlewood. Finished first. Gujarat Titans, say with Joss Butler, Shubman Gill second. Sunrisers Hyderabad with Pat Cummins, Travis Head third. And Rajasthan Royals stuck in a fourth on that last game thanks to Suryavanshi and Jofra Archer. Cooper Conley and the Punjab Kings along with Ricky Ponting finished fifth. Delhi Capitals sixth. Cameron Green's KKR in 7th, CSK with Brevis in 8th, Mumbai Indians, I do not even understand what they're doing, at 9, and LSG with Justin Langer, Mitch Marsh, Josh Inglis, dead last. So we'll break that down as we go, but poor Ricky Ponting and Cooper Conley is my takeaway from that. They started the season with 6 or 7 straight wins, and then just couldn't put anything together for the back half of the season. They went from first to fifth and fell out of finals completely. So that was an all-time choke job. But yeah, really, honestly, when you're watching the finals, especially after last night, which we'll get to, but Rajasthan Royals, probably the better team to have snuck into the four than the Punjab Kings. Great season. Long season, 14 games. I know in Australia we tried that with the BBL and interest started waning, and maybe it's just the fact that we're only watching minis and not full 4-hour games. But yeah, fun season. I have a lot of takeaways from it, but let's just get through the facts first. Orange Cap, which is the leading run getters. Sai Sudarshan, 638. Shubman Gill, 616. Heinrich Klaassen, which is the only middle order batter for a while, 606. KL Rahul, 593, and Suryavanshi, 583. Again, before last night, because he added another 97 to that, but we'll get to that. Sai Sudarshan, Gill, both playing for GT. That's a hell of an opening combo. And then Joss Butler at 3. You can see why they finished second. I think Heinrich Klaassen getting 606, huge effort for a middle order player. Been batting 4 all year. And half the reason, or beyond half the reason, the SRH are at 3, along with Ishan Kishan. And then, the only outside, or as in like not in the playoffs, is KL Rahul at number 4. So he just had no help all year. Between Patham Nissanka, I can't even think of half the name, but Rana, there wasn't enough at Delhi all year. Mitch Stark only played half a year. So it was a bit of a one-man band there, and not enough Kuldeep Yadav in my mind, but hey, we'll dive into that later. Purple Cap is the wickets. Bhuvi Kumar and Rabada with 24 each. Archer and Kamboj for 21, and then Rashid Khan and E. Malinga for 19 each. A lot of wickets there, but we'll get to the economy rates because bowlers took a pounding this year. But the best economy rates, Sunil Narayan, 6.6, Jason Holder, 7.3, and H. Bra, 7.5. Travis Head made this on the list. He bowled one over. Get fucked. I'm not counting that. Highest strike rate, Suryavanshi, 232. So 232 runs per 100 balls. You're a fucking freak at 15. Do I believe you're 15? More and more. Not a single bit of hair on your face. I just don't know how you're doing this at 15. You're a freak of nature. Finn Allen at second, 214, and P. Arya from Punjab Kings, 211. Amazing strike rates. 170 used to be amazing, so this is just freakish, especially considering all three are openers. Moving ball does not phase these guys. Average, Venkatesh Iyer averaging 79, didn't play the whole season, got moved to the top of the order, masterstroke. Quinny de Kock, 66, and Rinku Singh, 59. Two openers and a middle order player, super impressive. Again, de Kock was injured for most of the year. Sixers, Suryavanshi at 53 and has now passed Gale now that we've played the Eliminator, but we'll get to that. Abhishek Sharma, 43, Ryan Rickleton, 37. So all openers, all dominating while the field is up. Look, they're the cold hard facts. I believe MVP is down to Suryavanshi and Rabada and Bhuvi Kumar. So good to see a couple of bowlers in there after getting a pounding at the start of the season. First final, a couple of nights ago, RCB versus GT. Double jeopardy for these teams. Finish first and second. They will, whoever wins goes into the final. Whoever loses gets to play at whoever wins out of third and fourth. So it looked confusing, but I like double jeopardy. Rewards those that finish on top. RCB bat first, get 5 for 254 runs on the board. Some horrendous fielding and some horrendous tactics from GT, but hey, RCB managed to score 126 runs off their last 7 overs, and Patidar was dropped by Rabada on 20. He ends up 93 not out and 69 of his last 19 balls. So that's going at 350 strike rate. You are moving. In return, GT 162 all out. Tawadi is the only reason that they got to that score. He got 68. Jason Holder was great with 2 for 39. GT were 8 for 88 at one point. So this was going to be an absolute ass whooping. And again, I think as RCB probably just slipped a little bit when you realise you're going to win. But from the GT side of things, what the fuck was that? Terrible fielding. Runs going through people's legs. Bad fielding on the boundary. Drop catches. Tactics. Krunal Pandya comes out along with Patidar, and they're not really picking Rashid Khan, and yet you save him. And then a couple of big overs, and then you bring him back on, and they're just hitting out by that point. So not what I would have done, but hey, I'm not playing this level. And then Sai Sudarshan summed up the game by belting a ball backward of point for 4, except he's out. Throws his bat onto his stumps. Never seen it before until, Ryan Higgins did it in the Blasts in England, and now seen it twice in 3 days. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with bat handles, but hit wicket, ball goes for 4. You summed up your day. GT get the second go at it. They'll be playing Rajasthan Royals, because last night Rajasthan Royals pounded the shit out of Hyderabad. They put on 243 batting first. Suryavanshi got 97. I think was out in the 8th over. That's also just moosing it. There's no other speed in his gearbox. It's 5th gear all the time. So I wish I had half of his talent. And then Jarrell just kept it going. He got 50 off 20. And I would say, Ryan Parag did all right with 26 or 14. So that's a huge score. Nothing on the SRH side. Pat Cummins got taken down. Malinga got taken down. Everyone got taken down. But P. Hinge got 3 for 54. That's the only hope they had. They got bowled out for 196. Archer took 3 for 58. He was going the journey but got 3. And Jadeja 2 for 21 off 3. Just doing Jadeja thing. So, not much to talk about there. That game was over within the first 8 overs. Suryavanshi took the game, and the only way he got out was edging one to deep third man, which that fielder had only just been placed there, and that would have been his 100 in the quickest time ever, and instead falls 3 short. 97 off 29 rocks. That's moving. Amazing effort from him. And unfortunately, Jaiswal at the other end, 29 off 29. Did his role, gave him the strike, but damn, that's hard to be at the other end to that brutality. So, Rajasthan were playing GT, kind of backing Rajasthan. If Suryavanshi, Jaiswal, Jurel, Parag, Ferreira, any of them get going, I mean, GT's in trouble. GT, consistent with their top three. I mean, if they don't fire like they did last night, they're fucked. So I think they don't play the kind of brand of cricket that can win you the entire league. I say that because, they rely heavily on their top three, and they don't really score. They score runs, they score them quick, but if Suryavanshi gets going, Ferreira gets going, 250, you're not chasing that down. 220, you're probably not chasing that down. And if you do make it back against RCB, they just put 250 on the board. So you're going to need to work on your tactics there. We'll go through the IPL auction. I've just picked 25 names, got their prices, got their season stats. Release or retain, a little game I'll play with myself, just to catch everyone up. But my takeaways from the season so far: fielding standard, horrific by everyone. Drop catches galore, runs going through people's legs, poor fielding, poor standards, people giving up when they think the game's over. Just for the best league in the world, and there is air quotations. They need to get some fielding practice. The impact sub definitely favouring the batting team. A lot of impact batters coming in. A lot of scores, 200 plus. If you're a bowler, you're just... Why? Why are you a bowler? No, I'm kidding. We need bowlers. But I think it needs to... I need a few rule changes, and we'll go through those rule changes in a sec. See what you think. The contracts, again, which we'll do in a sec. The expensive contracts, do they help winning? This year... IPL 2026, that is a resounding no. Cam Green, Rishabh Pant, just useless. The only one that can say they actually were worth the money is Shreyas Iyer. And a few other players, don't get me wrong, but the big contracts, not worth it. It's all about value contracts. Finding those contracts on the list that other teams didn't want and taking a chance. And if they fire for you, you have a very strong team. Hence why Rajasthan Royals are doing so well. Suryavanshi on a rookie contract. When he gets paid, he's gonna get paid. Finn Allen is another one that's, he was on the cheap. No bidding war broke out for him, and he delivered when he came back into the team. Some tweaks. The games take too long. Routinely, fielding changes will take 40 to 50 seconds. I know in most of the T20 leagues around the world, they have a shot clock. They have like a timer of the innings, and you get penalised. The IPL it goes for like 4.5 hours. It's kind of fucked. I'd like to see that hurry the fuck up, because 40 to 50 seconds for one field change, and then Suryavanshi belts you for a 6, and you take another 40 or 50 seconds. This over should not take 7 minutes. Like, you bowl, you got to have plans. Fielder's got to be aware. Captain's got to be aware. You stop panicking. Stop taking your time. Just get through it, all right? You're already giving up 200 every night. So, the strategic timeouts obviously improve the experience of the game. But, when you're watching, unless you're watching a delay like we are, you kind of just like, there's another 5 minutes of the game gone. Plus, it takes a while to start back up again. Look, the viewership experience, I'm sure, is great when you're at the ground. But, I quite enjoy speedier games of T20. Believe me, I love test matches. Test matches are the ultimate, which screams I'm Australian. But, if I'm watching T20s, I don't want it to take 4.5 hours. Give me 3 hours of good quality cricket. Let's move on. The bowlers, some of the changes, like the bowlers, should they be allowed up to 5 overs if they're bowling well and want to bowl 5 overs? I think so. You've got all these impact subs for the batting team. You can use it as a bowler, but I think if a bowler's on song, the batters can bat from overs 1 to 20. I think we've got to give a little bit back to the bowlers. And overseas players, can we maybe get up to a 5th in each team instead of just leaving it at 4? I mean, there's some talent being left on the bench. At times, Aidan Markram, Shafane Rutherford, Jordan Cox, Rachin Ravindra, Tim Seifert, just sitting on the bench. It'd be kind of nice to see them. Again, I'm an international, but I mean, that's a lot of talent just sitting there doing nothing. And I think Indian cricket's come to the point where you don't need just to limit their exposure. I mean, the comp's already gone from 8 to 10 teams. Can we maybe, if you're worried about that, can we have 5 overseas and maybe 11 or 12 teams, and maybe a few less games? But that's not, that's what I would do, but that's not going to make them the money, apparently. And mid-season trades, can we get like a few days off in the middle of the season to reset and maybe just trade some players and maybe get some other exceptions and cash and, I don't know, just make it a bit more of a spectacle in the middle of the season. If you're not happy with how your player's performing, and another team's willing to take a chance on them, that could be quite fun. And hence why you have a few games off in the middle. You don't lose any momentum by having a break. A short 2 or 3 day break gives viewers a chance to miss it. So, I know that it's got to keep rolling, and you don't want the comp to get any longer because then it chews into Test series and ODI series and other T20 comps. But I think, if you went to 12 teams, had 5 overseas on each team, had a 3-day break in the middle, and then say you had 12 teams, you just play 11 games, play everyone once, you don't really miss out on anything, do you? But hey, it comes down to making every possible dollar, and I'm just, I've got other exposure to the NBA and our version of the BBL, so yes, they are some of the changes I think I would get into. I totally understand why, if it comes down to making a few extra $1 million, why they don't. Let's go. On the contracts, let's have some fun. I'm going to say a name. You play along at home. You write in, email, Instagram, comment, hit back at me on socials if you don't agree. But this is just the regular season, so not factoring in the finals. We'll go through 25. If it's boring, skip through it. Rishabh Pant, $4.47 million. Captain of LSG. They finished in last place. Bye-bye. Release. Not impressed. The raw numbers don't say anything too bad. 300 runs, 138 strike rate. I don't like your captaincy. I don't like the fact that you opened, went to 3, went to 5. You had no fucking clue what your strengths are, and it bled into your captaincy. Your captaincy was shit. 138 strike rate, terrible. Bye-bye. I reckon a team would buy him back at, say, 1.5. I probably wouldn't even go that much. That guy needs to figure out what his strengths in this game are. Shreyas Iyer, $4.42 million. Nearly 500 runs, strike rate of 169, 100, 550s. Really was, apart from Cooper Connolly, was the most consistent batter for PK, and unfortunately they finished 5th. So I'd retain him. That's well worth the price tag, and he'll be playing for India if India have any sense at all. Cam Green, $4.2 million. Bye-bye. You played for KKR. You batted 3, batted 4, bowled terribly. You also need to figure out what your place is for T20. I think they found it at 4. Not worth 4.2 million. I'm sure you could buy him back for maybe $1 million in the next auction. 322 runs, 146 strike rate, 250s, 7 wickets at 33, 10.6 economy. Great fielder. Didn't do much with batter ball to be worth that price tag. Liam Livingstone, 2.2 million. Played 2 games, got 15 runs. Bye-bye. That's just, again, not good enough. Your team finished, he's playing for the Hyderabad Sunrisers Hyderabad. They finished 3rd. I just don't, why would they keep you on that kind of money? Josh Inglis, $1.4 million. I'd retain that guy. Yes, he only played 5 games because of his wedding. The IPL was not thrilled about that. They're like, you made a commitment and you're backing out, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? When he came back, 266 runs, a strike rate of 186, turned LSG around. along with Mitch Marsh's form turn. But and I have a lot to say about LSG. I mean, what the fuck? Like, you tried like 7 different openers. What was wrong with Markram and Marsh at the start? So you ruined Markram's season. And you've probably ruined Marsh's continuity by having him with different openers. But once English got there, at least you had the openers sorted. Nicholas Poran, who's coming up later in this list, was horrendous. It was a mess. And that's what losing teams do. They chop and change and search for answers. Didn't rate Justin Langer, didn't rate Pant, didn't rate a lot of their decisions, honestly. So, yeah, I'm definitely keeping Josh Inglis. Pitham Nissanka, 725k for Delhi Capitals. I'm retaining him. Decent season. 278 runs opening in 10 games, 160 strike rate. He'll get better. Now he's been exposed to it once. Still a young player. That's good money. I'll retain him. Cooper Connolly, 497k. Easy, no-brainer, retain. Otherwise, you let him go, he'll go for a couple mil. 491 runs, 14 games, 163 strike rate with 102 50s. Pretty good fielder and can bowl. Couple of mistakes in the field that cost their team some wins. But it's a team game at the end of the day. We're all going to make mistakes. Easy retain. Finn Allen, 364k. Missed a few games in the middle because of his form, and again, KKR, losing team, chopped and changed, put Tim Seifert back in. But once he came back in, that's his own position. 349 runs in 11 games, 214 strike rate at the top. Easy retain. David Miller, 364k, 211 runs in 11 games, 154 strike rate. He is one I'm on the fence about. Love that guy. Love watching him. I don't think Delhi used him correctly. Again, that's why it's an interesting one. Yeah, I have a lot to say, but yeah, I think I'll just say it. Stubbs, like, I don't rate him as a T20 player. I know he just got runs for Hampshire, but he's not there yet, and I would rather see more, like David Miller, face a few more deliveries. I don't think it's that rocket sciencey kind of shit, but for that price tag, fuck yeah, retain. Just use him better, or trade him. Phil Salt, 1.9 mil. He only played 6 games because of a finger injury. 202 runs at 168 strike rate. Fuck yeah, I'm retaining that guy. Jacob Bethel, Phil Salt's replacement, 470k. Another tough decision. 96 runs in 7 games, 124 strike rate. I think RCB have poured so many resources into him that they would retain him, because they would hate to see him pop next year. I wouldn't use him as an opener. I think he's better at 3 or 4. I would release him. If you're not going to use him, if they're only going to use him as an opener, like, I just think you're using him wrong. So I'm releasing. I dare say RCB are retaining. Jordan Cox, 137k, didn't play, was playing for RCB, hard side to crack into. I think he's an amazing T20 player. I would retain him. I reckon they will release him. If I'm at any of the other 9 teams, pick that guy up. He's so good. Go watch the 100. He should almost be playing Test cricket, but I love him. Love him. Retain. Tim Seifert, 270k, played 3 games, 19 runs, 105 strike rate. Choppy, changey, unfortunate for him. Bad circumstances, bad team management. He's getting released. Jason Holder, 1.3 mil. Easy retain. Only got 58 runs in 8 games, but, I mean, he's playing for GT. Their top 3 do all the scoring, so wasn't really needed there. But 14 wickets at 16 with a 7.6 economy rate. Huge. So, yeah, easy retain. Marcus Stoinis, basically 2 mil. If you're going to use him as a batter only, I think you can get him cheaper to release and then buy back. Yeah, so the verdict is released. 216 runs in 13 games, 180 strike rate. Where he fell short, fielding, but 2 wickets at 49 and a 12.5 economy rate. He can't bowl in this league. So I'd use him as a batter, batting 5 and finishing games, but yeah, not for that price tag. Brevis, 400k, 151 runs at a strike rate of 128 in 11 games. CSK will probably retain him because, again, they've invested the resources in him and he's got a lot of potential. I don't think they were using him right either. And again, I know it's the Indian Premier League. They're going to focus on their own players, but Brevis should be consistently batting 3 or 4. And he just kept falling down the order because they wanted him to finish games, and that's him, but it's also not him, if you know what I mean. So I hope for his sake he gets released and picked up by someone that'll use him, but I reckon they'll retain him. So we'll settle on a retain there. Aidan Markram, 370k, release. Didn't get used properly, as I said, by the Super Giants, and I think that's fucked him. He was up and down the order. I think he should be an opener in this form. 196 runs in 10 games at a strike rate of 138 is fine. If they're going to use him as an opener, keep him. If they're not, buy. Nick Poran, $3.8 million. Goodbye, you piece of crap. I'm kidding. He's actually so good when he's on song, but was terrible this year. 234 runs in 14 games, strike rate of 128. You can get that anywhere. Not for $3.8 million. I can get that for 380k. So, bye-bye. Josh Butler, $3.6 million. 498 runs in 14 games, 159 strike rate, batting behind Gill and Sudarshan. Retain. High price tag. He's made up the top 3 of GT. Got to keep him. Glenn Phillips, 370k, also for GT. Easy release. 67 runs in 6 games, 124 strike rate. Wasn't used as a bowler. Amazing fielder. Not worth it. Sorry. Bye-bye. Donovan Ferreira, maybe the biggest bargain apart from Finn Allen. 180k, 267 runs for the Rajasthan Royals, 13 games, 170 strike rate. Easy retain. We'd love to see him actually being used a bit more, if anything. Few more to go. Shafane Rutherford, 480k, 123 runs in 8 games at 164 strike rate and an average of 24. So he wasn't used a lot for GT, and I don't think he was used correctly. He's a number 4 and 5, and he was used a lot, again, after all the batting at the top of the GT order. So I think they'll release him. I would retain him. But hey, Ajinkya Rahane, 275k, 335 runs, 135 strike rate. Didn't love his captaincy. Didn't love the fact he kept opening. Didn't love his strike rate in the power play. Bye-bye. Nitish Rana for Delhi, 775k, 225 runs in 7 games, 151 strike rate. He was dropped at the end of the season. He was dropped multiple times when he made runs. Bye-bye. And lastly, Mitchell Stark, a bit of a headliner, but $2 million for the Delhi Capitals. 11 wickets in 6 games with a 10.2 run economy rate. Wasn't available because of injury. The Premier League didn't like that. I'd release him. I reckon Delhi will release him. We'll soon find out. But yeah, a lot of releasing going on here. The story of this is the expensive contracts have not been worth it. Why the fuck you spending $4 million on Cameron Green? I'll never know. $2 million, $3 million on Pat Cummins. Good leadership, good bowling. I still wouldn't spend that money on him. I'm Australian, I'm biased, and I still wouldn't spend the money on him. So I think a lot of these guys are going to get released, rebought at cheaper prices, and there's always going to be a couple of teams just dishing out money for players that aren't worth it. So, but hey, then you get your Finn Allens and Cooper Conleys of the world at the super cheap end. So that's our breakdown of the IPL. We'll be right back with the New Zealand Ireland Day 1 breakdown. And we're back. New Zealand Ireland, only test match before the England series. New Zealand finished Day 1 5 for 361. Looks like pure dominance. It wasn't. Go watch the first session highlights. New Zealand found themselves 4 for 86. Top order didn't fire. Tom Latham left one on top of off, got bowled second ball of the day. Devon Conway clipped one straight to mid-wicket. Well, not straight. Amazing diving catch, but hence why I said in the last episode I wouldn't open with Devon Conway. I'd go with Tom Blundell, but hate to be proven right, but shit. Kane Williamson fought hard, but then got pegged on middle. And then Daryl Mitchell walked at Mark Adair and just snicked off to the keeper. So 4 for 86, and then Rachin Ravindra and Tom Blundell dug in and decided to just pound the living shit out of Ireland for the rest of the day. Rachin didn't play at all for KKR in the IPL, just sat on the bench. Looked amazing. Had a very nice mix of aggression and patience. And as an Australian fan, watching that innings was very reminiscent, and maybe it's because he's left-handed, but very reminiscent of Jacob Bethel in that 5th game at Sydney. So it was a very good mix of switching throughout the gears. Got to 50 in about 80-odd rocks and 100 in about 170. So slowed down the second 50, but had already done all the hard work, so earned the right. Got caught on the boundary towards the end of the day. Great catch by Tom Mays. Dean Foxcroft is playing in this because Glenn Phillips is with GT in the IPL at the moment. He looked great. His setup looks a little bit like Ollie Pope, but I rate it. I've always liked Foxcroft every time I've seen him. I hope he actually gets a game this series. If you want to still play Glenn Phillips, move Blundell to the top, just saying. But Tom Blundell played amazingly well, started off sluggish, built up into the innings, 142 not out by the end of the day. So really good start for Ireland. You can see if they don't get all the damage done with the new ball, they don't have much throughout the rest of the day, which is a shame. McBride bowled all right, but you could see New Zealand had a game plan to go after McBride, so he couldn't just bowl spin all day. And then they went after some of the more rookie kind of players with Tom Mays, Wilson, McCarthy. But yeah, quite fun. Good to have Test cricket back. Good to see that the IPL, even though Rachin Ravindra didn't play, which I think he should have, it was good to see that he could come out and just dominate straight away. So I think if you're an England fan, the fact that Jacob Bethel has been on the sidelines for a lot of the RCB season, he did play a few games once Phil Salt went out, but I wouldn't give up hope that he's going to come back scratchy and not looking great, because Rachin Ravindra, yes, it's against Ireland, looked amazing. So yes, those two so comparable in so many ways. Yeah, that's looking forward to day 2 once that starts. My early squad prediction: Australia, Bangladesh. Let's dive into it. I've got Travis Head and Jake Weatherald opening. Now this series is I'm pretty sure it's in Darwin in August, but I'll have to double check all this stuff. But way too early squad prediction. Openers are Travis Head and Jake Weatherald. Especially if you've been watching county cricket, Jake Weatherald looked amazing for Leicestershire. Only got the 100, but a couple of 80s and 90s. Looks the part. Give him a chance to learn. Let's not be so cutthroat about it. There's no reason to rush Constus and Ollie Peake into this team. So I would keep Jake Weatherald opening. First big call, Matty Renshaw at 3. I don't know why so many people hate that guy. I love him. I like the fact that he enjoys his cricket, plays with a smile, has grown so much since we last saw him. I think every time he's come into the team, ODI, T20, he's made an impact. I think it's his time at 3. Steve Smith at 4. Alex Carey at 5. Cameron Green at 6. Bo Webster at 7. I know, 2 all-rounders. I've been from WA. I'm Cam Green's biggest fan, but last chance, my brother. You got Bangladesh, and if you can't score runs now, I think Nathan McSweeney, Josh Inglis come into the frame for you. But hey, for now, we'll give you a chance. Pat Cummins at 8, Mitchell Stark at 9, Nathan Lyon at 10, Josh Hazelwood at 11. Scott Boland is your 12th man. Your reserves are Marnus Labuschagne, Josh Inglis, Sam Constus, Corey Rocacholi, Fergus O'Neill and Jai Richardson. I think having watched some of this, I've already started changing my mind. I think I've got to find a place for Nathan McSweeney, at least in the reserve squad. So that might be the end of Sam Constas in that reserve squad. Let us know what you think. Comment back, hit me up, question it. A debate's all fun. All these opinions are fun. I think I've just seen enough of Marnus. Unless he gets dropped twice in an innings, he's not getting runs anymore. Yes, his game's evolved by going to the PSL, which is the Pakistan Super League. Led his team to the final. They lost, but he might have expanded his game a bit. I think he's had his chance. I'd love to see Renshaw at 3. I said, love Carey's prowess with the bat. He's batting as best he ever is. He should be 5. And then you get to the all-rounders with Cam Green at 6, Bo Webster at 7. So a lot of bowling in that team, but you've got players that can go up and down gears as well, which I think you need in any team. Like Travis Head and Jake Weather, quite aggressive opening pair. Renshaw and Smith can grind out an innings. They can go through the gears as well. Alex Carey definitely pushes the pace, which is again at 5. If Renshaw and Smith have just ground down a team, let Carey loose. Flay that attack around. Cam Green provides someone that can stabilise down low, but also, click through the gears. Bo Webster's been dominating every game he's played. Needs more of a chance. Bowling's a bit suspect, hence why Cam Green's there, but doing very well in the start of the county season for Worcestershire. And the bowlers picked themselves. It's unlucky on Scott Boland, but depends how far you want to push Josh Hazlewood. Maybe give him a game each. I like the squad because you're keeping Sammy Constas in and around. Maybe you want to invite Ollie Peake or Nathan McSweeney. Corey Roccaccioli, Fergus O'Neill have earned their call-ups. You've kept Jai Richardson around. Bowling Heat. Josh Inglis and Marnus Labuschagne are the reserve batters. It's, again, like Josh Inglis was in the Ashes squad. He did all right. Nothing amazing. Marnus is the same. So, personally, I hope this is the way they go. But please, hey, let us know. What would you chop and change? Where would you chop and change it from? The old rule, if you're going to bring someone in, you can't just say, they should be playing. Who are they playing over the top of, in front of? It's, someone's always got to miss out if you're bringing someone else in. So, I think it's a very fair squad. Nice mix of left and right-handers. They all do the job. No one's super young in that team either, so you get the chance to, unlike England, who are kind of going through a different phase of bringing some young, unproven players in and seeing what they can do around the pros of Root and Brook. This is, a team that everyone should know their game. Everyone knows their role. It's all about winning the next World Test Championship. So let us know what you think. That's all we have on today's pod. We'll be back next time when we've got the end of the IPL, the start of the England-New Zealand Test Series. Hit us up on socials. Let's have a chat. Thanks for listening. Until next time.